Alright, let's dive into this because it's a wild mix of celebrity drama, technology, and some serious personal reflection. So, Taylor Frankie Paul, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives star, just wrapped up her 3-year probation, and how did she celebrate? By allegedly posting AI-generated courthouse photos. Yeah, you heard that right. AI photos. Personally, I think this is where we start to see the blurred lines between reality and digital manipulation in the influencer world. What makes this really interesting is how she chose to mark this moment not with a simple caption or a heartfelt post, but with images that fans are calling out as fake. From my perspective, this raises a deeper question. Are we at a point where even personal milestones are fair game for AI enhancement? Or is this just a misstep in an attempt to control the narrative? Now, let's break down the photos. The first one shows her walking through what looks like a courthouse, and the second has her sitting before a judge. But here's where it gets weird. The third photo shows her in the same exact pose, same expression, same head tilt, with a woman taking a selfie with her. And the fourth, strikingly similar expression again. One thing that immediately stands out is the repetition. If you take a step back and think about it, why would someone use the same pose in multiple photos unless they're trying to create a specific image? What this really suggests is that these might not be candid shots but carefully crafted AI images. What many people don't realize is how advanced AI has become in replicating human expressions and environments. It's almost indistinguishable from reality, which is both fascinating and unsettling. Fans were quick to call her out, and her response? Pleading the fifth. Classic. But here's where it gets even more layered. Amidst all this, Taylor shared a serious reflection on her experience with domestic violence. She talked about the cycle of DV, how it traps you, and how she felt vilified. In my opinion, this is where the story takes a turn. On one hand, you have the alleged AI photos, which feel like a PR move or a way to control her image. On the other, you have a raw, vulnerable reflection on a traumatic chapter of her life. What makes this really interesting is the contrast between the two. Is she trying to reclaim her narrative? Or is this just another layer of manipulation? Personally, I think it's a bit of both. What this really suggests is that influencers are constantly navigating this tightrope between authenticity and image management, and sometimes, the lines get blurred. Now, let's zoom out for a second. This isn't just about Taylor Frankie Paul. It's about a bigger trend in how we consume and perceive reality in the digital age. AI is no longer just a tool for tech geeks, it's becoming a mainstream way to curate our lives. From my perspective, this is both exciting and alarming. Exciting because it opens up new creative possibilities, but alarming because it raises questions about trust and authenticity. If you take a step back and think about it, how many of the images we see online are real? And does it even matter anymore? This raises a deeper question. Are we losing touch with what's genuine in our quest for perfection? Finally, let's not forget the context of her probation. It stemmed from a domestic violence arrest involving her ex-boyfriend, Dakota Mortensen. TMZ released a video of her throwing a bar stool, which accidentally hit her daughter. That's heavy stuff. And while she's since been awarded a regular parenting schedule with her son, the fallout from that incident is still very much part of her story. What this really suggests is that public figures like Taylor are constantly juggling their personal struggles with their public image. In my opinion, this is where the commentary around her AI photos becomes even more nuanced. Is she trying to move past her mistakes? Or is she trying to rewrite history? Personally, I think it's a bit of both, and that's what makes this story so compelling. So, here's my closing thought. As we navigate this AI-driven world, how do we balance innovation with authenticity? And more importantly, how do we hold public figures accountable when the line between real and fake becomes so thin? Taylor Frankie Paul's case is just one example, but it's a reflection of a much bigger conversation we need to have. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, keep questioning, keep analyzing, and stay curious.